everyone, it's John Gonzalez and Amy Sherman from MLive.com and Michigan's Best. We're back on the road today, checking out a new place. Here it is. And welcome to a podcast that we are broadcasting from Rockford, Michigan. We're at a brand new brewery. Imagine that, Amy. Where are we?
Surprise, surprise.
Tell people where we're at.
We're in Rockford. We are at, I've got to remind you.
It's so new.
It's so new. I know. I've only seen it once.
Third Nature.
Third Nature. I was going to say Third Coast, but Third Nature Brewery, which is expected to open in about 4 to 6 weeks. And so it's still under construction as we sit here at the bar, but they have the brew system in, and they're all walled in, and you can tell that they're really, really close to getting ready to open. So. Yeah,
it's looking pretty cool out here right now. The reason we're out here is because Third Nature Brewing in Rockford, the soon-to-be opening, is one of the sponsors of Mitchell's Run Through Rockford. They're a pretty big sponsor and supportive of the local community, so we came out here to do a little video. But since we were out here, we thought, we should get a little more information because even though it seems like, Amy, that new breweries are coming on board all the time, it's a pretty big deal for like a city of Rockford that they get a new brewery.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a big deal when a new brewery opens, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is it's a really, when you do come out here to check it out, it's different than what I thought it was going to be.
Same here.
It's not downtown at Rockford. It's a little bit, about a mile from downtown. It's located right off the White Pine Trail, and it really has taken nature into consideration. Mm-hmm. And both of us, I think, as soon as we pulled up, thought the same thing.
We did.
That it reminded us very much of Hop Flat Brewing up in Sutton's Bay, one of our picks for Michigan's Best New Brewery, and one of our favorite stops when we're up in the Traverse City area, because it really embraces the outdoors and makes it part of the whole experience.
Sure does. Hey, so we have two of the owners here with us today. The brewer is around here somewhere, but joining us right now is Chad. Let's see. Zitzelberger. See, I want to say Zeitzelberger. Yeah. I don't know why, but Zitzelberger. Zitz for short.
Yep.
Chad, thanks for joining us on today's podcast.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
First of all, where exactly are you located? Because I think, like Amy said, we're kind of in the middle of woods.
Yeah. We like to say we're located right where the White Pine Trail meets the Rogue River. We're about 1.5 miles just south of downtown Rockford, off of Childsdale at 7733 Childsdale Avenue. So we're off the beaten path, but hopefully not too off the beaten path.
You're going to make your own path, buddy.
That's what we're hoping for.
Well, and as we're sitting here looking around, I'm not kidding when I say you have made your own path, because you would literally have a path that leads right to the White Pine Trail. So you can easily hike or bike right here to the brewery. Or if you're down fly fishing in the river, you could just walk up not very far at all. It's right there.
Yeah. And that was important to us, too. I mean, all the owners were big runners, we're big bikers, we're big outdoorsy people. We all love camping. So we decided that we wanted to try and incorporate all that into this area. So just like Amy said, I mean, when you're running or biking on the White Pine, hopefully this will be the spot where people want to start, where they want to, finish and come in and have a beer and rehydrate, or someplace where they want to stop somewhere in between. Same thing with kayakers and fishermen. I mean, as I'm standing here right now, I can see a truck just across the street where I'm guessing someone's parked and they're fishing. So that was really, really cool and something that we were really excited about, and one of the biggest reasons that we picked this location where we are.
Yeah, from downtown Grand Rapids, what, were you 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Not very far.
No, it's not. No, you just jump back on 10 Mile, take it to 131 north, about 9.5 miles, and you're right in downtown Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it took me about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Here is super easy.
Super easy. Of course, I live on the north side of Grand Rapids, so it's like 10 minutes for me, and I'm on the White Pine Trail quite a bit. But for those that are coming out here looking for you, you think you'll be open sometime this fall. Tell us about the project a little bit. I asked you earlier when you broke ground, and I think you said you had the property 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's it's been an interesting story and definitely a labor of love. We bought the property probably about 2 years ago, broke ground just over a year ago. And the project, it really brings our family together. The 3 members, myself, Troy, who's my brother, and then our brother-in-law, Bryce, and then my sister, who's obviously married to Bryce,
right.
is all in with it. Our wives are all involved with it and everything, too. So Troy, our head brewer, he's a certified Cicerone. He had lived over in Korea and owned a brewery over there. That's how he got into beer. That's how we all got into beer. And me and him have kind of talked about this for years. I mean, 5 years ago, we were talking about whenever he moved back here, how cool would it be to open up a brewery and kind of do something that we can call our own, build our own legacy, if you want to call it, just right here in Rockford where we all live. So he moved back here about a year and a half ago. So that's, we started getting really serious about it a little over 2 years ago when he started talking about moving back.
Mm-hmm. So then you pulled the plug and you did it.
Yep, we did. There's no going back now.
It's a pretty scary thing. I mean, to invest everything kind of
Mm-hmm.
into this dream of a family. It's great. It's so exciting. So then you guys went and bought a cool system from our friends at Griffin Claw.
Yes.
And and Troy will probably tell us a little bit more about that part of the brewery. But tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they come here. What kind of, you have a full kitchen, so you're going to have a full restaurant. What kind of food are you going to have? And then we'll have Troy tell us a little bit about the beer.
Yeah, it's going to be a full restaurant, full dining experience. Again, our name is Third Nature, so that when people come here, that's what we want them to think. We want them to think like they're becoming one with nature. They're coming in nature. We've got a great, big, large beer garden, which is going to have fire pits. It's going to have picnic tables out there. We've got some big garage doors that when the weather's nice, we're going to open them up so you're truly feeling, if you're sitting at the bar in here, you're truly feeling like you're sitting outside. I mean, we've got huge 20-foot ceilings, 20-foot windows that go from the ground up 20 feet, so you can see outside pretty much everywhere that you're looking. So again, we feel it's going to be a little bit more unique. Now our food options, Brandon Card is going to be our head chef, and he's very ambitious, has a lot of great ideas, and we're pretty excited for it. So we're going to have everything from warm sandwiches to pizzas to burgers to doing power bowls and things like that kind of cater to the more healthier lifestyle people.
Yeah,
we'll have we'll have healthier options, some vegan options even, and then we'll also do eventually monthly beer dinners where it'll be a little bit more high-end type food and stuff like that. But I think starting out, I think just our public, our customers, our patrons are really going to drive our menu and kind of where it's going to go. So we're always open if anyone ever wants to stop in here and just say, hey, I love eating this with my beer, so could you make it?
Amy, do you think
You be careful what you wish for. I don't know if you should put that out there, bud.
I was going to say, Amy, do you think I should volunteer? Because I thought Chad said they were looking for window washers.
Yes, they are looking for window washers.
Look at those windows.
It is so full of light in here, and it's so bright. I think that's what is surprising the most to me is, I mean, a lot of breweries, I like a dark brewery, I like a cozy brewery. That is not this. And I love it. I love how it feels in here. I mean, you really have done a great job to bring nature inside. And like you were saying to me earlier, I can't imagine what this is going to be like in the fall. Gorgeous.
Yeah,
and
all
in
the leaves are changing.
Winter too, with the snow falling and
the
little
igloos
outside and all your twinkly lights. I love it.
It's going to be beautiful. It's beautiful now, even though you can see it kind of all coming together. And let's take folks through a trip in the door. So we came in the front, right off, what road is this here?
Childsdale.
Off Childsdale. And you walk in the door, you're going to see to the right immediately this brewing system, which we'll talk to Troy a little bit about. So right away, you're going to get a picture of what it looks like as they're working in there, right? It's all glassed in.
You can totally check out all the happenings in the brewery, which is kind of fun.
I'm assuming there'll be some merchandise over in this area.
Yep. We're going to have it in that corner and then up on the wall here. And in our main dining area here, we'll be able to sit about 18 people. We've got a nice, beautiful
18?
bar. Yep, 80. 18 people at the bar, which is really going to be the focal point once you step in this place.
It's a long bar.
It's a 30-foot bar. It's all live edge. It was all locally sourced from trees right around in the area here.
And made by someone in Rockford.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like a blonde wood, and it just adds another level of brightness. Nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny.
Now.
And then to the as you're walking in the door, that's to the right. To the left, you have these two huge garage doors.
That can be open.
Right?
To the patio.
Yep. And they will be open whenever weather permits it. We want to have those bad boys open as much as we can.
You'll have seating out there as well.
Yep. We're seating out in the patio, so we can fit about another 40 people seated out there. And on our cement patio, we've got two wood-burning fire pits, and then we'll have a pergola out there to give people shade. And then just off of the cement patio, we also have a separate, what we call our rustic beer garden, which has stone out there, and we'll have 3 more wood-burning fire pits out there, a place that we hope people will be out and playing games, throwing bags, cornhole. We'll have bands out there playing.
It's a huge space. Yeah, you have so much room out here, and that's what we were talking about, that you really picked this piece of land because you have a lot of it. So you can expand and you can do whatever you want with it, and that's kind of nice.
Now, one thing that Hop Lot up in Sutton's Bay does not have is ample parking, but it looks like you took that into consideration.
We did, yeah. Working with the great people over at Plainfield Township, that was one of the biggest concerns anytime a new restaurant or a new building or anything comes up is having ample parking so people are not stuck parking on the street. So we feel that should never be a problem here.
Good.
How many spots or spaces are out there?
Oh, we've got total. We've got, obviously our paved parking lot, and then we actually have a gravel overflow parking. So we can fit, I think it was about 175 cars out there.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
in total, so yeah, it's
Hot
a lot.
That is one thing you got to work on, guys.
And where are the bike racks going to be at?
The bike racks are going to be right in front there. We're going to have a set of them. And then also offer a rustic beer garden. When you guys come and visit, you'll see that we've got a separate trail that's going to lead up to the White Pine. So we'll also have some bike racks over there for when bikers come off the White Pine.
Oh, that's nice.
It's going to be fun out here.
Oh, it's going to be great. All right, well, since we don't know
Where's
where
Troy?
is.
Yeah, get Troy. Yeah, well, we'll
Okay.
keep talking. We'll just talk away.
Well, Troy was talking about the beers earlier with us, and it sounds like he's going to be all over the board with the beers that he's creating. Like, he's going to make all sorts of kinds of beers.
Yeah,
Everything.
I like that because he seems like he's bringing a different perspective to the brewing community here in Michigan.
Hi, Troy.
There's Troy.
Welcome to the podcast. So, Troy, you're going to be the head brewer here.
Uh-huh.
You've had experience brewing all over the world, kind of in Korea and stuff like that. And it sounds like you're going to take all that experience to bring it here. And when you mentioned, I said, what kind of beers are you going to be making? You're going to make everything, it sounds like. Is this true?
Well, we'll be all over the board. I mean, it's the nice thing about being in the brewing world today is just because you can be all over the board. There's ancient styles that have died, that have been resurrected, that we can now make our own little interpretations of. So, yeah, pretty much.
Do you have, you mentioned that you're going to start off with about 7 beers on tap, even though you'll have the possibility to have 20 eventually. What do you think are going to be kind of your starter beers, and do you have in mind a beer that's going to be the flagship beer for Third Nature?
Well, I have one beer that everyone in the family is very fond of, and, well, style, I'll say. And, it just kind of meshes with our last name, Bryce's last name, with being of German descent.
So what is it? Can you tell us, or is it a secret?
Solid Hefeweizen.
Okay.
I think a good Hefeweizen is something that just is understated in the U.S. There's just not enough breweries doing good interpretations of the style. So, and it goes perfectly with the beer garden. So, yeah, we'll always have a Hefeweizen on and variations of Hefeweizen, so we'll be able to have some fun with that. But apart from that, hazy IPAs are all the rage, so we'll make use of plenty of Michigan hops. And then really light beers, like lagers are making a big comeback in the craft brewing community right now, and lower ABV beers, so just something that's easy drinking.
Yeah, I think the Chile would be a solid option too. The Chile is a beer that Troy brewed for me and my wife's wedding. He kind of sat us down and interviewed us on what our 2 favorite beers are, and then kind of mixed them together and brewed his own style of it. And that was a big hit at our wedding. He calls it the Chile for Chad and Haley. So it was a cool, unique thing that he did.
You have to have that on tap.
I brewed that over in South Korea, and then I just put it all in growler. I think I had like 20 crawlers,
and he brought them all.
You brought them all with you from
Put them in a carry-on. Put them in a carry-on.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Well, not a carry-on. That would have got me in some trouble.
Well, explain what's the flavor profile of the Chile?
Well, one of Haley's favorite fruit was mango, and one of Chad's favorite beers is actually all-day IPA. So I kind of just threw the two together, raised the ABV, and because it's for a celebration.
It's a wedding, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a party.
and that was that. But.
No, Troy, Amy and I go to a lot of breweries, but I loved seeing her reaction today as we were walking through yours. And that system is huge, and it's also, there's some contraption there I've never really seen before, and Amy was asking all these questions about it.
Yeah.
Surprise!
She's like, what is this? You got something pretty unique here.
Yeah. The mash filter is what you're talking about, and I actually wanted one of those for the brewery.
What's it called again?
The mash filter.
Okay.
I wanted one of those 8 years ago over in Korea, but it was way out of the budget, and it was actually way out of the budget here too. But we were fortunate enough for me calling Griffin Claw in the middle of the night over in Korea, because that was daytime here, for the span of a year and a half, and that finally paid off, and we were able to get it from them. So
that's that guy from Korea calling again.
God, I wish you would just leave us alone. Just give him the filter.
Okay, finally. All right, stop calling.
So it's a mash filter, and can you kind of summarize what that is, or why that's unique?
Okay, so it's unique because it allows us basically to use whatever types of grains we want in it. We don't have to worry about stuck sparges, but it also allows us to get up to 98% efficiency. Our spent grains basically come out as cardboard, so it's easy to get rid of them. Allows us to use up to 35% less water, about 20% less grain. Saves us loads of time. We can get 4 brew sessions done in 10 hours. So.
And it starts with you milling your own grain to a powder.
Yes. Yeah, we have
which is totally
hammer
different
mill.
than most breweries.
Exactly. And then we send that over, rehydrate it, and that actually allows us to get our much higher efficiency. So
It's cool. I can't wait to see that thing in action. I'm totally coming back.
I know you are. I get to see it. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And how big? What is the system? 17?
technically it's 17 and a half.
17 and a half. So to put that in perspective, Amy, that's a pretty big system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. And then you guys can, what did you say? You can probably do about 4,500 barrels a year? I mean, you
with
could
our
do more,
max
but...
capacity.
With our current setup, with the current
Yeah.
number of fermenters that we have, but we also have it already pre-piped and everything set to add four more fermenters, and those can be, as large as the space permits. So,
So what's going on right now, Amy?
Well, because they're not open yet here at Third Nature, so they've got tons of inspectors here. And in fact, the fire inspector is here for the hood in the kitchen right now. And the rapid fire is here placing all of the fire extinguishers and everything so they can get ready to pass their test, essentially, from the health department and get their licensing going so they can actually start cooking in their kitchen.
So we really are behind the scenes.
Yes, and this is how it is. Anytime a restaurant opens, it's just insanity as you get all your permits approved.
So as we were saying, inspections are going on, and guys, it's part of a new building, right?
yeah, that's for sure.
Very cool.
It's always exciting. Well, the hood's approved, so that means everything's good, and you guys are going to be rocking it out very shortly. Yeah, he's putting in the fire extinguishers right now.
There it goes.
I love it. Well, anything else you guys want to share with our listeners? I know that you are one of the big sponsors for Mitchell's Run. That's coming up in just a few short weeks. Why was that an important event to be a part of?
Well, we're both, like I've mentioned before, we're all big runners, and that's a race that we've done in Rockford for several years now, and they have the kids run too that our nieces also do. So we knew as soon as we actually had a company that we could call our own, we'd like to be a part of it in any way that we could. So once, and technically we don't yet, we're not even open, but when I found out that Anessa was going to be the race director, I reached out to her and asked her, what can we do to help? How can we be involved? So the original goal was we wanted to host the after party, but we're not going to be open. So, but next year, definitely check us out. We'll be the after party. But yeah, if you're a runner, if you're not a runner, even if you're a walker, come out to Mitchell's Run. It's a great race, and it's for an absolutely even better cause.
Yeah, it is for a great cause. But I love it because it's really, as much as it's about the cause, it's also just about Rockford. And
It is,
you're running
yeah.
through the streets of Rockford and getting to know the city a little bit better and
All
being
over
part
the
of the
place.
community, which is kind
You
of cool.
start and finish downtown. You go through all the neighborhoods, and then you run on the White Pine Trail for about a half mile right down by the river too. And like I said, it's so fun that they've got the kids run tour. They bring out a bunch of superheroes that run with the kids. My nieces are 6, 3, and 2, and they
they're going
absolutely
to be with the
just love it.
princesses,
Princesses,
too.
yeah.
Princesses this year,
Club,
yeah, oh yeah. And all 3 of them are girls, so they're gonna be very excited for that.
Yeah. That's
Well,
cool.
and even though you guys won't have your beer there this year, Rockford Brewing is also being a part of it, and they'll have some beer that you can try when you're
Yeah.
there. And I know you guys are friends with those guys too,
We are,
so don't
absolutely.
worry, there will be beer.
Troy, could we have the pre-party here, maybe? Why not?
I'm okay with that.
It'd be early in the morning, but
Just bring enough share.
Yeah, carb load.
there you
Carb
go.
load.
Well, thanks everyone. Thanks
That
everyone
kind of
for.
reminds me, though, because I did the Chicago Marathon and the 8-mile mark. They had to sign free beer for runners. So naturally, I
course
grabbed
you
one and
did.
carved up and kept on going.
Amy
Those
and
are the
I.
only runs I like to do.
Amy and I have done a few of those beer runs, and they are a lot of fun.
They're
Yeah.
so much fun. They're hilarious. Yeah. So put one together.
Yeah.
What, I love what you guys were talking about earlier about doing like bike rides and things like that, where you partner with Rockford and with Cedar Springs, where you can go right up the trail and stop at each place, and that'd be so fun.
Those are gonna be
I
fun,
will
yeah.
sign up for that.
Yeah.
Hey, if people want to find out more information about Third Nature Brewing, where do they go?
Yeah, they can go to, well, we obviously have a website, www.thirdnaturebrewing.com, and then Third Nature Brewing on Instagram and Third Nature Brewing on Facebook as well.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
And
Thanks
if you want
everyone.
more information about Mitchell's Run, where do you go, John?
MitchellsRun.org.
Of course, you can follow us at mlive.com.
Take care, everyone.